All right, we continue live right here with the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. Thanks to those of you who switched over after the game. Steelers win 23-18. They're tied for first technically after 3 weeks, and every week changes in the NFL. What you think of a team, just ask the people of Dallas what they think of their Cowboys after today. I want to talk about the Steelers' defense. Will
shot at the Cowboys.
Well,
I like it. Yeah.
Oh, the best team in the history of the world. Josh Dobbs carves you up. All right, let's talk about their defense. Levi Wallace, up, down, all around. He made 2 interceptions, but I thought, again, from last week, that he wasn't as good as he should have been or needed to be. What did you think of his performance?
Well, I mean, look, Devontae Adams is one of the best players in the league, right? I think, look, if you catch the ball twice in a game, it doesn't matter really if you give up what Adams had, 10 for 150 or whatever it was. If you catch the ball twice and the quarterback throws it to you, it's a good game. Like that's all that's.
Yeah, he did it. Marcus Peters didn't.
I mean, but like I will say this, the TJ makes $28 million a year, and he could be underpaid. Like it's insane the amount of he should not be able to do what he does.
His pass rush win rate, I couldn't even get it out with a straight face. His pass rush win rate was exceptional tonight, on top of everything else.
Just remarkable. I mean, every week we get to see a guy in his prime being maybe one of the best in the certainly.
If he wasn't playing in Aaron Donald's era,
and maybe in the history
that's
of the league.
That's a good point.
If he wasn't in the Aaron Donald era, it would be him, it would be Parsons, it'd be Bosa, and there would be just endless debates about who's the defining generational defensive player of this era. We all know it's Aaron Donald at this point. Watt is spectacular, though. He really is.
But I do think, to finish the Levi's thought, too, is they didn't want him to get, except on 4th and 1 on the play action for the touchdown, they didn't want to be deep. So they were allowing those zone passes on the inside. And they were allowed, go ahead, take those throws. But I thought Wallace played decent.
I think there's always a double-edged sword.
What are your expectations?
Well, so there's a double. I think the problem is people see Porter out there challenging passes and looking like he's ready.
And you're assuming that would happen.
But here's the problem.
Defense.
He only worked out at left corner and Wallace plays right corner, so it seems like that's not going to be a one-for-one swap like people want it to be. If and when Porter's ready, it's just going to be gradually. When you get targeted as much as he did, but you have 2 picks in there, it's like 50-50. They don't think you're that good. They're challenging you constantly. You make them pay twice, even if the last one more or less just sealed the game. Maybe they do it a little bit less.
Jeff, let me ask you about the run defense, because it's been basically not very good. The first 2 weeks, almost 400 yards allowed in the run game, and tonight they had Josh Jacobs. Now, albeit he's coming off a -2 performance in Buffalo, but that's still Josh Jacobs. He led the NFL in rushing. Right. They did a pretty good job containing him.
Yeah, I thought so, too, except for that last touchdown drive that Vegas had. They pretty much shut him down, and they were getting pressure up front. Benton did a nice job, especially. I thought Adams was noticeable in this game.
He almost had a tremendous play.
Yes, he was.
In the backfield.
Loudermilk seems to be getting forgotten quickly, while those other 2 guys are starting to make their presence felt a lot.
Holcomb had a tackle for loss. I mean, there were a couple linebacker plays that we didn't notice any linebacker play last year, so it was better.
Do we want to do this 3 weeks in where we say, hey, Cole Holcomb seems like he might be good? Like, I don't want to jinx it.
We're not. No,
but he's far better than Devin Bush.
No. Yeah, on the Devin Bush sliding scale, where Devin Bush is average, Cole Holcomb is terrific. I mean, he actually does appear to be a linebacker who plays the position the way you're supposed to play it right now.
Which leads me to this question, and that would be to you, Will. We saw him get called for a penalty, which wasn't a penalty. They picked up the flag. There were some of these calls tonight, which I'm interested to hear your take on. Minkah Fitzpatrick gets called, even though it looked like he really just kind of grazed the helmet. And you have DeMarvin Leal called for elevating.
Leverage.
I mean, the leverage one, I can never really figure out. The Minkah one, though, look, anytime, if you're a defensive player and your helmet gets near the other quarterback's helmet, they're going to throw a flag. And if that had been one of their guys hitting Kenny, we'd have been like, oh, well, of course.
Kenny got swiped in the face today.
Kenny got drilled a couple of times. I mean, I'm still concerned about that line in pass protection. So if you got to run them out that much, but like to your point, I just think, look, they're going to call it. I mean, we could debate on whether it's worthy of a penalty, but they're going to make that call 99 times out of 100.
Quarterbacks are the stars of the NFL. You get anywhere near, you hit his helmet, penalty. I don't care who it is. I don't care the situation. If his head moved at the last second, it's a penalty. It's what the NHL does horribly wrong and what the NFL does right.
I mean, I'll be the bad guy and straight up say Minkah had a guy who is not a mobile guy, like a sitting duck, could have gone right through the entirety of the strike zone, fair or unfair though you think it may be. He went high. He puts his shoulder right into Jimmy G's chest and then just knocks him over. That is a nothing play. He gave them the opportunity to throw the flag. He gets paid like an all-world player. I will hold up that expectation for him in those situations.
Do you like the rule about Leal? I understand
I'd love to
why
have
they
leverage.
have it in there.
Professionally,
The holder, the
understand the
snapper,
rule.
he's in a vulnerable position. I get all that, but
yeah, I mean,
still.
professionally, I'd love to have leverage one of these days, just like he got called for. I'd love it.
I mean, he's a younger guy, but you got to know that. That is a rule, and they're trying to protect those guys.
Danny Smith will have a lot of words to say about this, I'm sure. You're probably talking about it right now.
All right, real quick. Next week it's Houston. Houston came off a huge
CJ.
win for them today. In Jacksonville, I don't know what to think of them. Early take on this game.
That C.J. Stroud is growing up. I mean,
Oh, yeah?
80
You
yards.
like the Buckeye guy? Is that true?
You know, he's got in this month. Yeah, I mean, C.J. Stroud was good today, and Jacksonville is supposed to be this ascending team. I think this too, and I heard one of the NBC guys say this. So I'm just copying them. Everybody crown Jacksonville.
Everybody
Maybe they
crowned
are
Dallas
just
too,
Jags.
Same thing. That's the problem.
Well, Dallas is
That's
still
true.
at least
That's
2
a
and
good-
Dallas is still at least 2 and 1. I think it's going to be a very hard-hitting game. Like, I don't know. The Steelers should win the game. They should be the better team. They should take advantage of a bad offensive line that was so desperate they traded for Kendrick Green. But much like they were talking about Steelers-Browns being extremely physical, these two teams have no history, but I think DeMeco Ryans wants his team to play that way. And I think Mike Tomlin loves the idea of getting into slobber knockers, especially on the road.
A lot of energy. I mean, look, watching the game on Red Zone today, they cut to it frequently, and you're always sort of surprised at they're not. I mean, I didn't think they'd score 37 points all season. You know, you would think going in with the trouble that Houston has had, but they have nothing to lose. I mean, that's the thing. Houston has nothing to lose. I mean, they're supposed to go 3-14,
And the
so
Steelers
they will.
should be favored for the first time, I think, this year. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll get back in the NFL later. But next up, Pitt loses at home. They're 1-3. What's going on? Jeff made the call last night on the radio, 93.7 The Fan. We'll talk about it next, right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown.